Hey, I'm Steve Folland, and I'm a podcast and video creator, and I also run the Being Freelance podcast and community. When I first went full-time freelance, I couldn't find any podcasts that talked about freelancing, which seems unbelievable now because they're everywhere. So, since I used to work in radio, I thought, well, maybe I'll start a podcast. So I'll interview other freelancers and try and learn from them. So that's why I started it. And that was like, it's now in its 8th year, so it's a long time ago, and everything else has grown off of the back of that, like a vlog and the community and a course and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it all started with the podcast. What makes my business great? Well, I suppose I do. It's the immodest answer. What I love about my business is kind of like the flexibility around it all, and both time wise, but also creativity wise. And if I was going to say stuff I was proud of, it would be the Being Freelance podcast and doing it for the kids podcasts, which are like run alongside my actual business. But actually, within my business, I feel fortunate. Like sometimes I work directly with clients, like as in one-on-one, maybe just small businesses. But sometimes I work with other production houses or agencies, and that lets me work with really big, like multinational companies, creating animations, training videos, podcasts, all sorts of stuff for them. So yeah, I love the fact that freelancing gives me that variety, kind of stops you being bored. The best thing about being freelance is probably the flexibility that it gives me to be there for my family. All of those things of getting the kids, like haranguing little kids into uniforms and getting them to where they needed to be, one at school, one at nursery, cooking all of the meals and cleaning and, all of that stuff that you have to do. So I've been able to sort of eventually figure out how to work my workloads around that. Like in some ways it's hard, but in some ways I feel it's harder for those who don't have kids, because then there's no reason for you to stop working. You could work all the time, right? Whereas kids force you to stop working. Therefore, they make you work more efficiently in the time that you are working, I think it makes you set out clearer boundaries, both with yourself, with them, with your clients. So there's lots of benefits to it, despite it being quite hard to figure out. For those in it, like raising a family and a business at the same time, it might not feel like they have balance. But actually, I think if you step back and look at it, you can, like the very fact that you're doing it is work-life balance in itself. It's kind of like merging the two in a way that works for you. I think, despite the fact that you add to your workload with side projects, they, like whatever you do, whether it's like a podcast like and community and thing, or something of your own, like artistically or whatever, with your own side projects, you are the boss. You're creating what it is. It gives you a chance to experiment. It gives you a chance to, a bit like journaling, you get to expand your own thinking about whatever it is you're working on. You get to get better at your skill. So like making all those podcasts, editing all those vlogs that I used to, like I filmed my business for like 2 years and put it on YouTube. Like doing that every single week made me better at editing and crafting stories for video. So I think side projects can make you better at what you do, but they also creatively free you, so you feel better about what it is that you're doing as well. I think side projects as well can be a great way to create the work that you want to get. Like with podcast, if I hadn't have started making podcasts for myself, other people might not have hired me to make them for them. They see you doing it. So yeah, why not? Give it a go. I think self-employment gives you that ability to create whatever it is you want your life and your business to be. Yeah, self-employment sort of challenges you, but it rewards you as well. You get to figure lots of things out and maybe make mistakes, but you get to do work, or personally anyway, you get to do work that you would never have done meet and surround yourself with really inspiring people, and feel rewarded for it. Both, I kind of feel success in financial means, but also in lifestyle means, to be there doing, to to get out and live the life, both for myself but with my family as well. And I don't think I could do that without being self-employed.